It's more than that. Texas soon. Less than 24 hours. Nice. Less than 48. Nice. Coins are for the arcade machines. My brain, Texas Ranger. Yo, what's up, Manny? How are you doing as well? How's it going tonight? Sir Nick, I'm doing very well, Playing some Oblivion again. Forgot what we were last... I don't even remember what the hell we were last doing, to be honest. How rude. Manny, please. Punch Joda. Punch him won't do much. He's become too strong, man. He's like... Might break my fist. This cast might get you drowned. But we gotta catch up on some side quests badly. I'm evil, Joda. God damn it. As we're gonna head up to Bruma, we'll do this quest. A Brotherhood Betrayed. I don't know. It sounds interesting. Up today, love it so far. Let's see how it fares as a daily driver being an OLED. Oh, nice. Damn, I really want to get an OLED, Manny. Like, you don't know how bad I want to get one. So bad. Just because of the how much of the finer detail you see a bit more clear than you do on a freaking IPS.
You're going to have to leave. This is a crime scene, and no one other than ourselves or Reynold Drayless will be allowed access.
Sounds like a pretty beefy I would assume it's gonna be a pretty beefy monitor, I would assume, right? For some reason my chat is not working in my OBS on my main computer, so I have to literally go over here and search on the other. Holy shit, yeah. That would be a beefy boy. 32 inches, damn. 4K, nice. Nice, yeah, that's a nice monitor for sure right there.
The culprit in this crime has already been dealt with. It's just a matter of wrapping up the details. I'd tell you more, but frankly, I don't know who you are, so I'm not sure that I can trust you with that sort of information.
This one in my old 32 IPS, nice. It's 20 years old. It's only 20 years old. 32 inch too, nice.
All right. Goodness, what can I say? Oh, please. Really? Ugh, that's foul. Get away from me. Remarkable. What a wonder. That's just talk. You should be well done. Really, you can't scare me. Well done. Goodness, you can't scare me.
That didn't work out at all.
Is that so? You should be remarkable. What a wonderful compliment. Please, I'm embarrassed. That's just talk. You should be what a great story. You're wasting your breath. Not fun. What? Goodness. What can I say? Remarkable. What a not you can't scare me. What a wonderful compliment. That's just talk. Get away. I wish I could say that. You can't scare. Really? Ugh. What a wonderful compliment.
Got mixed up for a second.
Remarkable. No. Is that... Get away from me. No, you do me too much honor. You can't scare. Not fun. Well done.
All right, we got him. Chess Club boy never seen so good TVs and monitors. God damn it. One more year and I can drink booze. Oh, nice. Boobs? Giggity. God damn it.
Giggity.
I suppose there's no harm in telling you what happened. Word is bound to get around Bruma anyway. Turns out that Braden Lyrian is a vampire. Or was. If it wasn't for Reynald Draelus, we may have never uncovered the truth. Let me explain. In the last week or so, we found 2 bodies stashed in shallow graves outside the city walls. The bodies had puncture wounds on their necks. The bodies were those of some beggars who used to wander the streets looking for handouts. Vampire probably thought no one would miss them. Luckily for us, Reynald arrived in town. He said he was a vampire hunter, so we asked for his help. He tracked the vampire to this house. When he entered the place around noon, Braden was sleeping. He was able to slay him at that point. Luckily, Braden's wife wasn't home. Poor thing. She didn't even know her husband was infected. We did a follow-up investigation, and it's true that no one recollects seeing Braden out in the daylight. He's only been spotted at night. I'm afraid there's
you're
not
talking
much
about his
more to
monitor.
tell
Okay,
you.
okay.
So you can see we really don't need any help. But thanks for the offer.
Yeah. You're right, Manny. I was like, wait a minute, what are you talking about? Oh, I was like, I caught it all late after you said something.
As far as I know, he was a good man. I never saw this coming. But vampires are masters of deception,
We don't.
so
Never.
guess it makes sense. I'm impressed. It only took him a day to track the vampire down. I guess that's why he does it for a living. Feel free to question anyone in town. They shouldn't give you too much trouble.
I can't believe this is happening. Please, I need your help. My husband was no vampire. It's ridiculous. No one will listen to me.
Calm down, I want to help.
Forgive me. I loved my husband dearly, and to lose him this way makes no sense. Anything you can do to help would be wonderful. This is all happening so fast.
Tell me what happened.
I came home only just a few hours ago. I found the door open, and my Braden dead. Standing over him was a Dunmer.
Where I'm from,
I
it's
screamed
1918
and ran out
some-
into the
in one
street.
area.
Some city watch were nearby and heard me, I suppose, as they arrived quickly.
Yeah, in the
I
U.S.
heard the
it's 21.
Dunmer identify himself as Reynald Draelus. He said he was a vampire
also 21 for
hunter and that
smoking.
Braden was his mark. The guards seemed to know about Reynald, and after a search of the house, the body of some beggar was found stashed in our basement. The guards sent for Carius, who is an investigator for crimes here in Bruma. In minutes, Reynald convinced Carius that Braden was a vampire.
This looks bad for Brandon.
Well, of course it does. It was obviously planted here. Why would he stash a body in his own house? That's ridiculous. And another thing, the guards are making a big deal out of no one seeing Braden out in the daylight. Well, of course that's the case. He works at night and has to sleep during the day. Why does that make him a vampire? It's all that Reynald character. I don't trust him. The thing that bothers me the most is that I swear I've seen him before. Of course, he says he's never been here. There isn't much more to say. Please, help me clear my husband's name. I have no idea where he'd be. Just find him and make him tell you the truth. I swear he's a liar. I know I sound desperate, but I know I'm right.
Primary will alert authorities. Okay.
So, any new... I'll warn you about one thing. I understand you wanting to help Airline by checking up on Raynor. We have it on good authority from officials in a neighboring city that Raynor is what he says he is. So I'm not sure what you're trying to prove. I'm only allowing you to do this investigation, and I use that term very loosely, because Airline is so distraught. I'm sure Airline is very upset. She'll be safe, though. Raynor has confirmed with us that she isn't infected. Her accusations that Raynor is lying is not surprising. At this point, she's so upset that she'll say anything to deny what really happened. I suppose if I found out a loved one was something as horrid as a vampire, I'd find any excuse not to believe it either. Keep up the,
Sorry, I have a lot of
good work, I suppose.
How are you alive for the third time? You should be dead. Go find Rhino. I think it would let us inspect the body, you know, it'd be like, oh, he's not a vampire, he doesn't have the teeth. Roma Eastgate. Tap and task.
Head on. Have you heard the rumors about why Edla Darkheart left Skyrim? I've heard a number of stories, none of them good. I understand she might have been a hired assassin. Take care.
These guys are twins.
Good to see you. Angar, the world weary, they call me. I've been everywhere and done everything. Now I'm settled down for a good long rest. Bruma is a perfect town for a Nord man of leisure. Bracing mountain air, good food and drink, and lively Nord fellowship. Bye. What can I do for you today? I usually don't give out that kind of information, especially to people I don't know. The Countess is Heartland Nibenian, and so are most guildsmen and chapelmen, but most others are as Nordish as you'll find. I know I may be out of line by saying this, but I think the city guards may be wrong. It's hard to imagine Braden was a vampire. I could have sworn I saw him outside in the daylight before. Unless he just got that disease very recently, I'd say they were mistaken. When I heard Raynil killed him, I didn't know what to think. But after your visit here, I'm beginning to wonder. I'm listening. Whatever you want. Don't be silly. Blah, blah. That's pretty good. Blah, blah. Sure. Yes, I doubt you really mean that. I accept. I doubt. You're pathetic. I'm not buying that one. Blah, blah. Yeah, I accept. I have no choice. That's a bit excessive, don't you think? You're Sure. No more. You're frightening me. That's a bit excessive, don't you think? Whatever you want. I'm not buying that. You're... That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm not... Yes, yes, whatever you say. You're pathetic. That's a bit... No more. You're frightening me. I see. Raynill's staying in the last room down the hall upstairs. Here's the key. I always liked Braden and Arlene. They were a nice couple. I hope you get to the bottom of this, because I don't believe he was a vampire either.
Search the place for anything suspicious. Discover a small journal, Brennel's room in the inn. Seems to be part of a group of adventurers who uncovered an artifact of some sort from our lead ruins. All agreed to stash the artifact in the cave until more research could be done about it. Then took a key to the chest and secured it. And the two other members of the group was Brandon and someone named Garboon. I need to find out more about the Garboon and confirm my suspicions about Rhino. I might be able to help. Oh, see, look, we got the summary. I don't have to read it now, right? Right, Paul Anderson? I don't have to read it, right? We just got the summary of it. It saves us a whole 10 minutes.
You can do it! Cut his fucking head off!
I guess I'll read it. It's like, we got a summary right here. I shouldn't have to read it. I guess I'll read it, though. This is legit like a fucking book, though, compared to the other ones I've read. Eighth day has passed, and still there's no sign of the artifact. We've covered most of the remainder of the outer guard tower, and scoured crumbling gatehouse ruins, but not the one Kula's artisan where it may have been buried. It's quiet out here, as if the ruins were paying its respects to Eyelid inhabitants that disappeared here long ago. We haven't entered anything hostile, but if we do, I think we're ready. The Brotherhood's been in the worst scrapes before. Brandon paid good money for that information as to our treasure's whereabouts, and I hope it doesn't turn out to be yet another fiasco. This morning our camp was upon by some bandits who were protecting what they claimed was their territory. Considering that we were outnumbered 3 to 1, we did very well. Only Raphael suffered a small wound, but that was easily healed by a potion that Brandon had thankfully brought with him on our expedition. After getting rid of the bandits' corpse, we set out to tackle the largest part of the ruin, the remains of the Great Keep. Two of the walls of the once mighty structure were collapsed, scattering the telltale whitish rock too typical of island architecture in this part of Tamriel. Yo, Ganyo, thank you for the follow. I do appreciate it. How's it going tonight? How are you? This made our assault on the ruin difficult, as many of the longer chunks of wall were too heavy for us to move. Here to interrupt your reading. Thank you. I know I almost didn't want to read this, but I'm gonna read it. It's just a struggle. Like you see all this text and you're just like, I don't want to read. I hope you're having a good night so far. Brandon suggested that we search for the center of the building's foundation for any underground entrances, which was typical of his type of keep. His guess paid off, and after several hours of backbreaking work, we managed to clear an opening just large enough for us to squeeze through and enter an ancient stairwell leading down into the ground. We decided to wait until the morning's light to begin our descent into the depths of the ruin. Terminal, so what's the difference? I don't read every terminal. There's terminals I outright skip in Fallout when I'm playing Fallout. I do it a lot. Yeah, 99% of the time. Well, probably like 95% of the time I read them. Because I get my days where I'm like, yeah, I don't feel like reading anything. After a restless sleep, all of us were quite excited about the prospect of what might lie ahead. Eagerly, we dipped our torches in the fresh container of pitch, lit them, and entered the inky blackness of the stairwell. Still air was choked with dust and fine grit, the sign that no one had entered this portion of the ruins in a very long time. We became excited, as that meant no other tomb robbers had gotten there before us. The stairwell eventually leveled out into the corridor of sorts and snaked its way back to the north. As we were carefully walking along, I scanned the floor and the walls carefully for any type of triggers, tripwires, or pressure plates. Such was my specialty. The Eyelid were well known for their cunning traps protecting their tombs, and I wasn't taking any chances. Brandon, the scholar of the Brotherhood, was getting more and more excited that we traversed the passage. He was translating the wall carvings and was becoming certain that we had finally found the true location of the prize. After walking for several more minutes, we were overjoyed to see that we were hoping to see. The hallway ended in a metal door with a carving of a spider upon it. Now came the true test of Brandon's information. The door supposedly had a puzzle lock. By pulling the spider legs in a certain combination, it would unlatch. The wrong combination would spell our deaths, perhaps triggering a collapse of the hallway or some equally deadly trap. With a shaky hand, I pulled the legs one by one in order I'd memorized. The sixth one, then the first one, then the second one, the eighth one, and finally the first one again. I closed my eyes and there were a few loud clicks, and then the door popped open. We all breathed a sigh of relief, pushing open the door. I looked in at his huge room and pedestal at the center. Sitting on the pedestal, illuminated by a shaft of sunlight from a tiny hole in the ceiling, was our prize. The floor covered in huge mosaic of stylized spider, all 8 of its legs coming to a point and ending up in the door entrance. This was the last of the traps the Elite left behind to protect their treasure. Again, if I hadn't been for Brandon's skill at acquiring information, we may have never known how to solve this last line of defense. I instructed Brandon and Randall to remain in the entrance and tie a rope around the waist in case of a sudden pitfall. Carefully, I began to walk around the darkened tiles that formed the third leg of the spider. Sweat beaded on my forehead as the pathway made by the tiny pieces of ceramic was very narrow at the start, and one slip could again mean instant death. But the death never arrived. The information had been correct, and I was able to make it to the pedestal and secure the artifact. Quickly as possible, we made our way back and out into the daylight. Once again, the Brotherhood was triumphant, and it was time to return home. At the tavern that night, we decided to make a pact. We should stash the artifact in a cave not far from Bruma until we research it further. A item of its magnitude could be very dangerous if mishandled, and we certainly didn't want to sell it without understanding the true value. Brandon agreed to contract a local cooper to construct a chest of 3 locks. Each of us would hold a key of one of the locks, so none would have access to the artifact without the others being present. For the rest of the evening, we drank merrily and sang many a song of adventures past and adventures to come. Alright.
Head off. What can I do for... Gelaborn? That's odd that you should mention that name. Reynald told me that he was the last vampire he hunted. Yeah, that's right. Somewhere in Skingrad, I believe. He said he tracked Gelborn down and killed him. That's apparently why the guards trust him so readily. They had gotten word from Skingrad's City Watch about Raynil and his so-called accomplishment. And nothing else I can tell you about him. He comes and goes and doesn't talk to people much. Just look for me if you need anything else.
Alright. Bruma Caverns. I just saw that over there. Guessing this is taking us to this building? Yeah, looks like it.
So, any new revelations in your, investigation? How'd you know about that? Too many people don't know how to keep quiet about official matters. Very well. The Skingrad City Watch informed us that Gelaborn was killed by Raynil not too long ago. Gelaborn was a vampire as well, obviously.
I disagree.
What do you mean you disagree? That's a bold statement. What proof do you have that Gelaborn was not a vampire?
A Galborn's journal.
I don't know what to say. It all makes perfect sense now. Why else would Raynor have removed this journal from the crime scene in Skingrad? I heard no mention of a key either. It must have been removed by Raynor from Braden's body before we arrived. To think that 2 innocent men were killed, and that I'm responsible for one of their deaths, I'm speechless. I will
Said
rouse the
guilty
guard
until
and
proven
begin a search
innocent.
for him in the city. Meet me at Olav's
Yeah,
Tap and
exactly.
Tack in 1 hour.
1 hour.
Hello.
God, the sprinting on this game seems so slow compared to the sprint mod I had on New Vegas. So fucking slow.
Whatever I can do. How goes it?
I've been get any closer.
Hear about your run? Anything else I can help with? They're
Bones
just...
to
It's at 1 hour, so we're gonna wait 1 hour.
Just before I arrived here, I received a report from one of our scouts watching the roads. Raynor was spotted heading west out of Bruma. The scout tried to follow, but lost him in the mountains. The only cave to the west that comes close to the one described in Galaborn's journal is Boreal Stone Cave. That must be where he's headed. You must get there before he acquires whatever artifact is being kept there and makes his escape. I'm keeping the city guard in Bruma, as Raynor doesn't know we're after him. If he sees a guard, he may panic and run.
A bit of
You're my
endurance,
only
yeah.
hope at the moment. Please,
Ability and luck.
you have my authorization to do everything you can to bring him to justice. If he won't surrender, I think you know what to do. Hurry. I fear you have a day at the most to stop him. If all you say is true, Raynor will answer for Braden's death. Raynor will pay for both crimes. Galaborn was likely another innocent he's slain. I'll make sure Skingrad's City Watch hears of this.
Alright.
I can't wait to get my hands on Raynor. He'll become very familiar with Bruma's dungeons, or the end of my blade if he doesn't come peacefully. Please hurry.
Yeah, because like in mine, I've gone heavily into agility. Obviously, I got a massive buff because of the armor I'm wearing. But yeah, speed I'm only at 61. Luck is kind of all over the place. I think it's more closer to like 50 something, but I keep getting it debuffed somehow.
Raynor may make a break for the...
The endurance though, yeah, definitely
Good
needs
to
be
see
up a little
you.
bit better. $100 agility, 100 speed, damn.
What's this about?
Must be super easy to get around.
A coin for an old beggar?
No, go find your own coin. This guy does not die. He's forever immortal. He's died twice on me, and he just keeps coming back. You quite literally robbed the whole map. Like, this is mine, and this is mine. This is all mine. Cheat life, nice. 35-second invis, yeah. I'm still trying to figure out where the rest of the factions are because I've done the Fighters Guild, I've done the, obviously did the arena stuff. I completed the arena stuff completely. The only thing I have
What
left
is
is
it,
like
citizen?
the fighting the animals type stuff, and that's it. need to get to I need to figure out the Thieves Guild, and I need to figure out the Brotherhood Guild. I haven't figured those out yet. I think I might be on to something with the Brotherhood, though. I think I'm kind of leaning towards that right now. Seems like. Do we go in this cave or do we continue on? We go in this cave. That's what we're gonna do. Off the gate, yeah. I hear like the Brotherhood's earlier, better to do earlier on, but it's also better to do later on too. Probably because you get notoriety or whatever for siding with Brotherhood, evidently. That is, yeah. That's why you're trying to do the Brotherhood. Oh, there's a rat. It's just great to be able to just one-hit kill rats, though. I'm gonna punch you to death. For some reason I couldn't pull out my sword. $15 levels from pressing X until I was under security. Damn. We're already going this way, so I'll just keep going this way. I've also gotten quite used to the lockpicking minigame too. It's actually not too bad. Damn it, I was hoping he'd run over the pressure plate. I just want to find stupid ways to kill him, you know? Damn it, he didn't trigger it. Motherfucker. Great cavern. We don't want to go in there just yet. Alright, what am I missing on this side over here? I was playing New Vegas last night, and like I have like a freaking a mod that adds several perks and stuff, and like your crouch walking is like roughly 10 times faster than this with those perks. I'm just not used to the slow walking now. It's weird. The slow sneaking, I guess I could say. I'm assuming as you level, you have the option to probably unlock perks, right? That potentially increase your stealth walking speed, I would assume. I didn't bother to look to see like what kind of perks you get for like increasing sneak, for instance. Go pretty fast, yeah. Yeah, it's probably the fact that I need to get the probably that I need to get the speed up. Pretty much what the case is. Shit. Oh yeah, I got it. We're inching closer to 16. So little. We're inching our way there. You know, use your bow or dagger. I usually use a short sword or the bow. Usually. I don't really see a way that, you know, using an axe or a mace is viable, really, to be honest. Not really, you kind of just have to get lucky. I came across like a bunch for a moment and like I freaking used them all up. I wouldn't be able to tell you honestly on that one. I don't necessarily know. Most of the arrows that I've gotten, I've found, you know, pretty much. Like I've been getting Elven a lot more common lately. I think it's level scaled, to be honest. I really do. Ow!
What's that?
Must have been.
That was a clean headshot too.
That the best you can do?
Getting a lot of lockpicks though from these guys. But no, my only advice would be just to explore as many places as you possibly can. You'll gradually come across more and more. But that's literally what I've been doing. I've been exploring like just about every cave I walk by, just about like every road that I've, rode on horse on, I've found so many stuff on. I haven't fast traveled to any of the major towns until I've actually explored the road leading up to the said towns. So, yeah. That's my only advice that I can come up with, to be honest. Yeah. No, I get that completely. It's pretty difficult to build up a good stock of arrows. Where'd he go?
This is the part where you fall down and bleed to death.
Damn. I killed him with a block. I do say it definitely does feel better though the further you get along though. Seems like the loot starts to ramp up when you get to higher levels. Claims that's not bad, but give me a dagger, yeah. I need a good short sword for sure. Is there nobody else up here? Or is everybody dead? Or what? I cannot unload this arrow because I already got loaded in. Glass bow. 4x of shocking. Robert's Glen Cave. It's easy too. Nice. I did find like a bow that gives you like a shock effect. But I think I stored it in a box because it doesn't do nearly as much damage as my current bow does. So, yeah, that's a thing. But I did store it, I didn't sell it. I was like, you never know when I might need it for the shock damage. Set and a Grand Soldier. Nice. So yeah, we need to head to the cave we're actually supposed to be going to. It's got sidetracked by a cave. I should have probably brought my horse, but you know what? I figured it wasn't that far of a distance. So I was like, I'll just walk. Also, I walk this way. I swear. How detailed this is, where it even like kind of shows like the trees nearby. It's pretty cool. Alright, Boreal Stone Cave. Let's see what's in here. Brotherhood betrayed. I've arrived at the Boreal Stone Cave.
Congratulations. I had a feeling you would catch on sooner or later. Leaving that journal behind was a stupid mistake on my part. I saw you enter Olav's tap and tack before I could get there, and I knew that I had to sneak out of Bruma somehow. It was only a matter of time before you or Carius figured it out. No matter. After I've killed you, I won't need my vampire hunter ruse any longer.
Not surrender them?
Certainly not. I'm surprised Carius didn't send the entire city watch up here. But then I would have seen that coming, I suppose. I expected to lay low here for a while and then be on my way. So again, I underestimated you. This leaves me with little choice. Either I fight you now and have a chance at freedom, or I surrender and rot in a city dungeon. I prefer the chance for freedom.
Your last chance.
Yes, I suppose it is. Well then, we've talked enough. Only one of us will walk out of here alive this day.
For me.
Good
Have a
luck.
one. All right, you have a good night, Manny. Thank you for stopping by. I've located Boreal Stone Cave. He refused to surrender, choosing instead to attack me. I was forced to kill him and defend myself. I can now recover the artifact mentioned in Geller's journal from the chest. I have any claymore? Man, he had some real shitty. Like, no wonder he died so fast. Waterlogged chest with all 3 keys. I discovered the artifact to be an amulet. It seems fairly unremarkable. I'm sure of its function. I think I should bring it back to Erling Larian and see what she wants to do with it. A mundane amulet. Potion on might. I'm guessing that's like a strength potion of sorts. Damn, it's already been an hour? Level up. We need to find a bed to sleep in. would you want to hide out in a very moist cave like that cave? Literally, you had a whole nother cave you could have potentially stayed in. Either there or maybe even more going this way, you know? You chose to stay in that cave.
By Azura, by Azura, by
floating for the
Azura!
most
It's
part.
the Grand Champion! I can't believe it's you standing here next to me.
Go find a bed.
How goes it?
You're
What?
back.
Ah, it's ve- Poor fella. I've got a room and... Right then. Hope to see you again soon.
First door on the right. Okay, so I figured 100 was the max. Figured that. I've been actually going heavily into strength just so I can hoard more shit. That's what I've been doing a lot of. That's where a lot of my stats have been going. Because it comes in handy when you're able to hoard more stuff, because then you can sell more stuff and make more money, you know? Not bad though, we got this maxed out, plus we got the buffs from the helmet and from the various pieces of stuff I'm wearing.
I have no time for your pathetic... Good to see you. I have no time for your pathetic attempts at small talk. Now walk away before I get nasty.
Hi.
Look at the detail on that cheese though.
What is it?
Like, damn.
What's going...
Let's wait for the ad break to end. Only reason why I haven't started talking yet is I know it's in the ad break for you guys.
What news do you bring? Yes, I remember Brayden mentioning that name once. He was part of the Brotherhood he had created with Raynil.
Drills.
I knew I recognized Raynil. I think when I first met Brayden many years ago, he introduced me to him. They were part of some sort of brotherhood. They would roam Cyrodiil in search of legendary treasures and the like. The only reason he stopped doing that is because we got married and he wanted to settle down. I'm afraid thanks to Raynil, that time is lost.
Mundane
Long
manual.
ago, I made a promise to Brayden. I promised to never reveal to anyone what I'm about to reveal to you now. However, Because you've avenged his unjust death, I feel that Brayden would understand why I'm breaking that pact. Brayden told me about this amulet when they first brought it home from whatever distant land it came from. He never really trusted anyone else in the group, and before he secured the treasure in that cave, he had a special enchantment placed upon it. The magic masks the true identity of the item. All it takes is a simple command word, and the amulet would be restored to its true state.
Did the word die with Brandon?
No. He always feared this day would come. He left me knowledge of that word in the event that he died, and I came into possession of the keys. If the other members of Brayden's group were still alive, and I on my deathbed, only then would I pass the knowledge on to them. If you'd give me that amulet, I would like to show you what you've recovered.
Certainly, here it
Thank you.
is.
I will now speak the word Brotherhood. Here is the amulet back. It's as beautiful as it was the day I remember seeing it long ago. I want you to keep it, as I have no use for this anymore. I'm certain that's what I want, and I'm certain that's what Brayden would want. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope that the amulet helps keep you safe on whatever roads you may travel. I'm glad he's dead. I know that's a horrible thing to say, but I think you understand. Justice
Fortify speed.
has been done.
Oh, this is actually kind of nice. That's actually kind of a nice buff right there.
Good day. I'm Tolgan, herald to Countess Narina Carvane here in Bruma. She requests your company at your earliest convenience.
Disregarding.
Countess Carvane would prefer if you speak to her in person. She also said to present you with this stipend as a taste of things to come. My lady holds court from 8 in the morning until 6 in the evening each day. That would be the best time to see her. The Countess is in attendance from 8 o'clock in the morning, and if you wish to seek audience with...
Yeah, that's a lot nicer. We're actually moving a fuck ton faster with that amulet. That's definitely worth it.
Yes?
Definitely worth doing
Well
that quest,
met,
though,
my lord.
because of the amulet, no?
I've heard much about your deeds from my people in Bruma. I trust the stipend Tolgan gave you whetted your appetite.
Yes, that's why I'm here.
Good point. Allow me to formally introduce myself. I'm Countess Narina Carvane. I assume you've noticed all the Akaviri relics I'm displaying. Well, it's safe to say I'm a collector of sorts. I've invested a great deal of time and money acquiring these bits of ancient history.
Her
In
necklace is
fact,
clipping through her
I'd
body.
be so bold as to proclaim
See
my
that?
collection the most complete in all Cyrodiil, perhaps even beyond. Except for one thing. A particular relic has eluded me for many years. Possessing this piece of Akaviri antiquity would make my collection complete. I'm of course referring to the Draconian Madstone.
Oh, yeah,
The stone is a fine bit of Akaviri craftsmanship. Worn like an amulet, this talisman is said to protect the wearer from poisons of any type. The Madstone appears as a snake, coiled around and encircling itself. The eyes of the snake are supposed to be precious gems or some such. Through my sources, I've learned that the last reported location of the Madstone was the ruins at Pale Pass.
Oh,
Are you
pass.
familiar with the history of Pale Pass?
No.
Back at the end of the First Era, raiders from the continent of Akavir attempted to gain a foothold here in Tamriel. At that time, The Empire was broken into smaller factions. Raymond Cyrodiil decided to unify them and form an army to repel the Akaviri raiders. The force became known as the Army of Raymond. The two armies clashed in what's now northern Cyrodiil. The Akaviri were strong and well supplied. But their greatest error was marching through Morrowind on the way to their objective and dismissing the response it would garner from Vivek. They didn't count on Lord Vivek forming an alliance with the Trident Kings of the Dreg. From Morrowind, he struck at their rear flank. Not only did this make the Akaviri fight on two fronts, it also cut off access to reinforcements and supplies from the sea.
The alliance ended in the conflict?
Not quite. The army of Raymond knew that the organized Akaviri forces were commanded from a hidden post in the mountains. Rumors placed it in a snowy vale called Pale Pass. That's where Raymond focused his attention. As his forces fought their way across the Gerald Mountains, the Akaviri suddenly surrendered. It was assumed they were overwhelmed and gave up. The only strange part was that the command post and Pale Pass were never found. It was dismissed as a rumor, and the army of Raymond celebrated. It's come to my attention that the post did exist, and it happens to be the last reported location of the Draconian Madstone. If you retrieve the Draconian Madstone for me, I'll be happy to compensate you by rewarding you with another Akaviri artifact. Are you game?
Yes.
I had a feeling you'd accept. Good. Then let me tell you how you're going to find the Madstone. I've come into the possession of a diary, written by an Akaviri messenger. I suspect that the text within can lead you to the ruins. Here's a translation of the passages we could still read. It was quite damaged. I've also included a rough map that was drawn in the diary as well. I'm also providing you with a unique key that was supposedly found with the diary. I'm assuming it'll prove useful when you arrive at the site.
Akaviri diary. Okay, so we probably need to take a look at that.
The Madstone awaits, and so does your reward if you retrieve it.
Diary.
I paid several scouts to try and find the ruins at Pale Pass before I hired you. They were only able to locate the first of a series of landmarks. These landmarks are mentioned within the diary. The one referred to as Dragonclaw Rock has been located. I'll mark it on your map. The rest is up to you. My scouts reported bitter cold and dangerous creatures in the area, so they couldn't proceed. Be cautious and return home soon. Good luck. The messenger's diary will make a nice companion to the Madstone in my collection.
Answer.
He served Emperor Uriel for many years, and so far he has done well in an impossible situation.
Ruma.
Some see only the conflicts between northern and southern cultures, but I see the way they are stronger when woven together. May the path ahead be free of danger.
A3. It is with heavy heart and trembling hand that I pin this latest entry. It has been several days since I've seen anyone else on the road from Garrison at Grey Ridge. The road is lonely and treacherous. I am rationing my supplies to prepare for a rough path ahead. As long as Raman's army hasn't located our headquarters at Pale Pass, the journey should be fairly uneventful. Admit, I am nervous. It is an honor to be selected to carry these orders to our fort, but sending me alone is a calculated risk. While it is not my own life I am worried about, it is the importance of the contents of the orders that aggrieves me. If they somehow lost the fort, will not know that their supplies are going to be delayed by a month. Without that knowledge, the fort may choose to press the attacks on the front line as their supplies dwindle. They are counting on these supplies to be there sooner. I must not fail getting the message there. The slate rock that the orders have been carved upon for safety weighs me down. It's a constant reminder of more than physical burden that I carry. Day 7. It has been 2 days and I finally arrived to Dragonclaw Rock, a huge formation and welcome invigorating sight. The giant stone appears to reach from the north and strike the heart of the Rumnus forces, like our armies have been doing for the better part of the year now. I've still encountered no one else on the trail. I hope that as I head due west along the narrow path, I will find someone who can give me some news on how our men are faring in the war. Day 8. After winding my way westward, I have come within sights of the Sentinel, a huge statue placed there by some unknown artist many years ago. It stands as pointing north, as if daring anyone to cross the border into Imperial Nation. Remus would be quite angry if he knew we used this very statue to waypoint into his domain. Last night I encountered another one of our messengers who had been bested by a pack of mountain wolves. His leg was hurt badly, but I managed to help heal it with an ampule of medicine I carried with me. He said his name was Sila, and he was on his way from Pale Pass to request more supplies. I discussed with him the irony of our meeting, and he decided to travel with me back to the fort since his mission would be needless. We plan to leave at nightfall. Day 9. I'm using much of my remaining strength fighting this. As we have made our way north to Senno, we are attacked by perhaps the same pack of wolves that attacked Sila. He chased them off earlier after being bitten, but now that they had tasted blood, they were returning for greater number, fighting back to back. Sila and I slew at least 8 of the beasts, but not before one of them clawed my gut and left a terrible wound. We were able to drive them off, and now I'm bleeding badly, and only medicine I gave to Silo. We decided to continue north until we reach the portal to Serpent's Trail and seek cover inside. I'll try to write more soon, but I must sleep. I am very tired. Day 11. This is the last entry I shall be able to write. We entered the Serpent's Trail nearly a day ago, seeking shelter from the elements of the wolves. What did not foresee was the creatures that had decided to make a Serpent's Trail their home. I've not seen them clearly, but they were huge and strong. Silo died instantly as one of them cleaved off his head with a single stroke. There were 3 of these huge, ugly, man-like creatures. I ran as fast as I dared through the dark tunnels trying to escape, but I fled. One of them hurled a boulder at me and struck me square in the back. I managed to crawl through the smaller opening of the escaped lumbering monsters, but I soon realized that the crawling is all I would be able to do. I think the boulder shattered my spine. I can no longer feel my legs. My wound from the wolf attack has reopened and I have lost much blood. I fear that this is as far as I shall be able to go. I have failed my mission. I have been unable to get these orders to the fort at Pale Pass. I'm so close, yet it may as well be leagues away since I no longer walk and my strength is draining. If a fellow messenger or soldier picks the diary, please get the orders to the fort before it's too late. And please tell my wife, Fata, that Exavari will always love her. Man, this amulet of fortify speed is pretty freaking nice to have.
What's this about?
I feel like I'm walking like double speed now. I'm gonna go out the east gate because I think that's where our horse potentially is. And I also need to find a shop real quick to sell.
How can I help you?
It's easy to get lost in this town that we're in.
Well met. For you, of course. I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil. No deal. You drive a hard bargain.
Wait, negotiation, bargaining, dickering, haggling. They all means to an end. Getting the best price for your goods. You are now journeyman and mercantile. You can now buy and sell any object to any vendor, even if you normally do not deal with that type of wares. Merchants may also offer even better items.
Tell your friends about... You too, Piotr. Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's something to suit you. You don't expect me to make that deal, do you? I can't afford to do that. Thank you. Come. Be seeing you.
Actually, kind of comes in handy being able to sell whatever I can to traders. That's actually gonna be very nice to have.
Hi there. Evening.
Rock. I should consult the messenger's diary and learn why to the next landmark. Does he head due west? There's a statue he was talking about. stupid damn frickin' game. God. Alarm rights to tell, which seems to be underground passage. I'll need to traverse this passage if I am to find the ruins. Bad rat. Alright, let's make our way through here. That's dead end. There's a troll down there at the end. Even though he died over 1,000 years, the bones in the wall are preserved by the frost in the caves. He seems to be clutching something in his hand, bony hand. I should investigate. Discover a slate tout with what appears to be writing on the surface. This must be the orders of the messenger spoke about in the diary. God damn it. Oh, it's a life site. Clawed diamond. These little wisp things are a pain in my ass. So I always carry that extra sword with me because of that. It's the only sword that I know is effective against them. Door to Pale Pass. Serpent's Trail. To find myself face to face with legendary Pale Pass, the path winds down the snowy valley. If I follow it, I should lead me directly to the ruins. We're going into Skyrim. Walls of once mighty Fort Palepass appears to have been destroyed by landslide long ago. Proceed to the ruins and search for the Madstone. Okay, we're literally on the fucking very ass end of frickin' Skyrim right now. Legit. How the fuck did he even get up here is what I want to know. There's literally like no way for him to even get up there. Plus those fuckers can jump big ass gaps. I mean, it's the only other thing I could think of. To the top. Appear to be infested with the undead Akavari. I don't know how long that you've been trapped here, but I should proceed with caution. I need to locate a Akavari commander in the fort who is said to possess the Draconian Madstone. You were a dumbass. That's what you did to me. Why did I take shears? I don't need those. Eyes of the Serpent. So I'm guessing there's like 2 different ways into this section that we're in. Thanks for the bone meal. So this goes back, yeah, I assume that went right back to there, so. I just wanted to see where this led to. Time for a little bit more sneaking. Fangs of the Serpent. That's the other door. Yeah, so yeah. Scales of the Serpent. Venom of the Serpents. Yeah, this has multiple like interior areas you gotta go through.
We have awaited your arrival, messenger. You have made a long and perilous journey, but there is no time to rest. The army of Raymond is at our doorstep, and our supplies have dwindled. We have awaited your arrival. Tell us, what news do you bring from Akavir?
Read your orders.
Well done, soldier. Your mission is complete, and you have my thanks. Now we may rest. Long live the Akavir.
Ruin's now silent and at peace. After so many years, Akari's final mission has been completed. I should proceed ahead and search for the Madstone. Oh, this is gonna take a minute. Madstone. I obtained a Draconian Madstone. I should now make the long journey back to Count Roost Caravan in Bruma. Scales of the Serpent. Yeah, that's just there if you get knocked down into here, so that's all that was. There's a chest over here, I didn't see though. Yeah, that's all that was though, was just the way to get out of that area if you happen to fall down. Dead end. Have any mace outfits? Alright, let's get out of here. It just occurred to me. I don't know where the fuck I left my horse. Pretty sure I left him outside of a cave that led to this area, and that's why I don't have him. That's exactly what happened.
Always a pleasure.
Put up my
Welcome
sword.
back, my lord.
I hope. Have you recovered the Madstone?
Yes, I have.
I never thought it possible. I mean, I had hoped. But to actually hold it in my hands.
Her eyes.
Oh, it's more beautiful than I imagined.
She's like super wide-eyed.
Congratulations. I had a feeling you were the right person for the job. And it seems I owe you a reward. This Akaviri ring was found with the messenger's diary. It awards the wearer with increased agility and resistance to harmful magic. It's known as the Ring of the Viper Eye. I hope it serves you well in your future journeys. The Madstone is finally mine. It's the pinnacle of my collection. Many thanks to you again. With the information you have given me about Pale Pass, it could take scholars many years to amend the history books. May luck be always on your side.
Look at my fucking agility. Like, we got a mega buff going on with that.
I've never seen my lady so happy. You've done well.
Always a pleasure.
And we're definitely getting a big ass agility buff though right now. One thing though is I'm losing out on the shield of that other thing though.
How are you?
That wasn't too bad though. That was a good good little quest. Alright guys, we're gonna take a break real. Alright, let's get back to it.
Fjotrid. I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil.
Fortified health is actually a good thing to have. Not much care to have rat meat. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if I want to get rid of that yet, so we're gonna hoard that for the time being. This one I'm still kind of debating on as well. The whole damage resist stuff.
That seems a fair price.
There's just a few things I'm uncertain about, so that's why I've kind of just give away the bones. Find bolts. No, it's all that.
A fine transaction. That's more than I'd usually pay. That's a fair deal. Thanks for your business. Farewell. A pleasure. I can fix whatever you break.
Fuck it, we can afford it.
Goodbye.
Like we're not exactly struggling, so I mean, we can afford it.
By Azura, by Azura, by Azura! It's the grand
Do you know why
champion.
Hilda Toll became a priest?
I heard he became a priest to avoid becoming a soldier.
So I've heard.
Have you heard any word about the other provinces?
I don't know you, and I don't care to know you.
What is it now?
I just want to go see if I got any stuff here for the weekly take, I guess you could say.
Yes, Master. You need me?
Well met. Go to it. Good day. Go hurt something.
Hail! We're all talking about the Emperor's murder. We have no Emperor and no heir. That's never happened before.
I'm actually at the wrong
I suppose we
place.
should all be worried. Oh? Take care. Bye.
At the wrong place. I'm not actually at the real one. You know what I mean? The main Fighters Guild place.
Ah!
Greetings, Orc.
Anyways, we're gonna go drop some stuff off real quick at our house. So yeah, we're hoarding a lot of bone meal. Probably taking a lot of our weight. Hoarding a bunch of that. Oh, it's ogre teeth too. I forgot I had those. So I'm trying to figure out what we do next. We do have the main quest, but I'm like literally procrastinating that as long as I can. I do realize I could potentially upgrade this house, though. You realize that?
Greetings.
I don't know you, and I don't care to know you. What do you...
Go ahead, please. Take care. What? Yes? Let's do business. You too.
It's you.
Right well.
Hi. Noon. How are you?
What is it now?
Been better.
There were light spotted
How
at
about you?
Sundercliff Watch. I've been... What? Only quality goods for sale here. What can I... Good day. Was cursed by me.
So I've
Emperor's
heard.
murder.
Have
We
you heard
no
any word
emperor
about the other
and no
provinces?
heir.
That's right here.
I don't know you, and...
If I wanted to buy anything for that house, it would be here.
Well met. You too.
Say just in the off
Well
chance that it
met.
fucks up my inventory in there.
Have a look around. You won't find better prices in all Tamriel. No deal. Make me a better offer.
Okay, what about 69%?
You don't expect me to make that deal, do you?
Yeah, I do.
I can't do that. Fine bargain for you. I appreciate you. Take care.
I don't know you, and I don't care to know you.
Have pity on an old war veteran.
We almost had. We got like a good chunk of the upgrades now. Well, it didn't touch anything over here. Other than it added all this extra storage in here. Like how, like, the stuff that got put in here even included, like, free stuff. That's hilarious. Alright. It's looking a bit nicer, though. Looking more like a lived-in house instead of, like, a newly bought house with nothing in it. Kind of what I had going for a second. Alright, well, we are going to remove that map marker that we got sitting in our way. Go to Anvil over here. All the way across the map. I need to figure out what this is about. This is one of the earlier quests I had
people
done.
of Cyrodiil! The blood of the Bella's slaughtered acolytes cries out for vengeance! Oh my! To what do I owe this honor? I am but a humble prophet. What business do you have with me?
Anvil Chapel.
This is only the beginning. Umaril has returned, as foretold by Pelinal Whitestrake in his dying breath.
Umriel, who's that?
Umaril the Unfeathered, the sorcerer king of the Aelids, who ruled over this land for long ages before the rise of men. He was cast down by Pelinal Whitestrake, but Umaril's spirit survived, and now he has returned to seek vengeance upon the gods.
Who is Pelinal Whitestrake?
Does no one remember the old tales? Saint Pelinal, the divine crusader of legend, Alicia's companion when she overthrew the rule of the Aelids 3,000 years ago. Pelinal, with the aid of the gods, fought the Aelid sorcerer King Umaril and slew him. But Umaril's spirit survived, and he has now returned.
Who attacked
Do you understand nothing? The blood speaks. I can read the ancient runes if you cannot. As uibala umarale el nada rakuva. In the Aeliad tongue, by the eternal power of Umaril, the mortal gods shall be cast down. A curse upon Umaril's ancient foes, and a threat.
How do we stop
Alas, Umaril cannot be stopped. Not without the aid of the gods, not without the Crusaders' relics, without a champion. The gods are powerless to act. But who among us is worthy to wield the divine Crusaders' weaponry?
No quest for the
You would quest for the holy panoply of Pelinal Whitestrake? The legendary relics that have been sought by mighty warriors throughout the ages? Are you a worthy knight?
Yes, I am the Fighters Guild Master.
I apologize for even asking the question. Most esteemed master, please. Do not allow me to interrupt your quest for the relics. Are you a worthy knight?
Scummadict. I am a worthy knight.
Then I'm sure you will have no trouble finding the relics on your own. You clearly need no aid from man or god. Why do you come to... Are you... I apologize. Once there were 8 divines. Then
it's wasted as fuck.
Tiber
Yeah, he probably
Septim
is.
became Talos. And the 8
probably
became
I
9.
took a fuck ton
I
of skooma.
followed the old way of honoring the 8 while also giving due to Talos, the one who ascended.
Crusaders'
The
relics.
weapons and armor of Pelinal Whitestrake, Alicia's comrade, granted to him by the 8 divine.
Nazi and whatever
He went
you can
alone
think
into
of.
the White
Sheen.
Gold Tower, challenged the Aeliad sorcerer King Umaril to single combat, and slew him. Alas, Umaril was not truly slain, but only cast beyond the bounds of Nirn. And now he has returned to wreak his vengeance upon the gods, as was prophesied by Pelinal himself with his dying breath. Only a true knight, wielding the holy relics of the divine Crusader, has a chance to defeat Umaril. But alas for Tamriel, the Crusader's relics have been lost for many an age. Who now can succeed in the quest for the relics, where the
Power metal
greatest
vocalist,
knights of
yeah.
legend all failed?
Umriel.
He is the enemy of all who walk free on Tamriel today, a survivor of the ancient race of Aeliad slave masters who once ruled Cyrodiil. He was struck down by Pelinal, but by his art, Umaril had bound himself to the realm of his mistress, the Daedra Lord Meridia. So he was not slain, but simply cast adrift upon the waters of Oblivion. Now he has returned to seek vengeance upon the gods who helped bring about his downfall so many ages ago. Think on this. What happened here? So, are you? A humble heart is a good starting point. The gods will decide if you are worthy to seek the relics.
How can I find the relics?
The gods grant insight to those they deem worthy. Why and how they act is not predictable. What I can tell you is that, traditionally, knights who wished to quest for the relics would walk the Pilgrim's Way, travel to the way shrines of the 9 divines, pray to each of the gods in turn, and ask their favor upon your quest. If the gods deem you worthy, you will be granted a sign. Go forth with the 9's blessings. Walking the Pilgrim's Way is the traditional start of a holy quest. Follow the map I gave you, visit the way shrines of the 9, pray, and wait for a sign. May the 8 and 1 guide your steps.
You wish to repent your sins and renovate your life to the gods. Pray to the way shrines of the 9. May the 9 hear your prayers and look upon you with tender love and kindness. I think some of these we've been to, believe it or not. Now we've been down here too.
Is there?
So the goal of this quest would be to do all those shrines in a sense, I guess you could say, right?
No one.
Hold on though. This one's on the west side, which is interesting. West side of the river, probably up by this general area somewhere. If I'm reading it right. We're close, I just don't know exactly which one it is. Oh, I should receive my blessings. Okay. Prayed at the Waystone of Stengar. Looks like it's up there in Bravel, but is it in like the Bravel city? No, it's just north of the city. Just on the road to the north of it, I believe. I don't know which ones I've done and which ones I haven't done though. I'm gonna be honest with y'all guys. This is the one though. Fortunately, we've been all over the map for the most part that it's like reasonable enough areas. So we'll go up here and then we'll explore that flooded mine. Pray at my chapel's altars, receive my blessing. Pray at the way shrine of Zenthar. Needs a key, okay, so probably for a quest later. Talos is a bit more to the northwest, so I guess we'll just head. I guess we'll head up there a little bit, I guess, and see if we can come across it. It's probably like right up in that area, roughly. Watch out for Minotaurs now. We're such a high level that we're gonna start running into those fuckers more, I think. there. Oh, I was damn near on point with that one. Sweet. I didn't know that these were part of a quest, so like I was just activating them all willy-nilly. Strong for the war, fight evil, pray my chapel altars receive my blessings. Pray at the white shrine of Talos. I'm wondering if there's actually a benefit to this, so that's why I'm doing it. So we'll do Mara next. We've done these three. We're gonna do Mara, that, and that. I think that's the order that we should do it. Just west of that town. Like, literally, like, probably right there. It's kind of interesting how these, well, how it's kind of like you gotta like look at that map to figure out where you gotta go next, kind of thing, which is pretty neat. Like the idea. It's not so much like there's still some like, you know, help. The game helps you a little bit, but it's not like being like, here, just go here, here, and there. You know, you actually have to read a little bit, you know. But I think that's honestly a better way of doing quests. Humble and live in peace. Pray at my chapel altars, receiving my blessings. Okay. Pray at the way shrine of Mara. Put Sack to sleep. Let's see. Let's go back in here. West of that town now. Way off this way somewhere, just slightly to the west. Wish you could zoom in though more, you know? Oops. We took the wrong turn slightly. Perhaps. Just a little bit. Gotta be close to it. Actually, no, it's a little northwest, a little west of here. So yeah, we'll just keep going west a little bit. Thought we were like right on top of it, but I guess not. There it is. Honor your body and spirit and pray at the chapel altars to receive my blessings. Pray at the way shrine of Arcade. To Dibella, just south of there. Directly due south of here, or is it? It is pretty much just south of here, right where the three paths meet. So yeah, it should be right over this mountain. Should be. There it is, way down there. Of beauty and honor its mysteries. Pray at the chapel altars, receive my blessings. So Akatosh is south of Bruma. Literally on the south wall of Bruma, pretty much. That's south of the road, though. That's south of Bruma, so yeah, we're actually not in the right spot. Oh shit, 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 shit. Okay. A question though, does this horse take fall damage at all or no? I mean, that might be a stupid question, but you never know. An older Bethesda game might not have thought about it. That answers my question right there. Do they take fall damage? Fucking horse just croaks. Where are we right now? Cabela. Already do it? Let me just do it just to be safe. Just in the off chance I may not have gotten it, you know? Anyways, yeah, I had one job and I killed my horse. Oops. That was not the intended result I was trying to get. But at least we got some clarity on whether or not that would kill the horse, and surely it killed the fucking horse. Am I misreading this map? Hold on. I'm looking at the fucking wrong spot. It's literally to the north and to the west. I had a feeling I was like reading it wrong. I was like, what the hell am I doing wrong here? Not to mention I was trying to outrun a frickin' bear. Yeah, it's right here. Follow this to the west, I believe. See, look, it's a bit more destroyed than the others were. That's why I couldn't find it. The 9 and do your duty. That one is done. is Julianos, which is down that way. We have not been over there yet, so yeah. Guess we'll go to Pell's Gate. We'll make our way east, I guess. Yeah, that's what we'll do. That seems about the right idea. We'll go to Pell's Gate, follow the path northeast, take that long ass route, and we'll get there. Dude, that reflection just looks so fucking good right there. With the stone in the water. It just looks so damn good. Yeah, so it's across a big ass river gap that's up ahead. Yeah, this looks fucking great. The lighting right here just looks gorgeous.
Pay up or
Take from me if you can.
Let's get this over with.
Why is he such a pain in the ass to kill?
This is the part where you fall down and bleed to death. I'm just warming up your body.
Alright, well, he's dead. Oh, that's great. He just fell off the fucking side. Like, yeah, he's done. No way he survived that jump. Really close. It's literally like right over here somewhere. Why do y'all always target my fucking horse? Leave my horse alone. What do you want?
Been a good brawl.
Stop it, you stupid damn game. God. Controls really need to be fixed with the horse. Needs to be more or less like if you like turn your camera backwards like that, your horse will automatically turn around more or less, as opposed to the horse backing up when you press W for whatever reason. It's kind of weird. Truth, observe the law. It's literally like right there. But guess what? Because we haven't gone in that general direction at all, we gotta fucking ride a horse there. Leave my fucking horse alone, you little shit. Damn, why do you have 84 arrows on him? Oh, that's one way to farm frickin' steal arrows. Fucking kill goblins, I guess. Naturally, we're gonna check out this cave since we discovered it. Plus, you never know what you might find in the cave, so might as well look. Also, there's an ad break coming up, so just a heads up, guys. I wonder if there's more goblins in this cave too. There probably is. Oh, this looks a little too shady. Where are the goblins at, or whatever's in this cave? They've gone full potato, guys. I don't know why they were all walking up the wall. Blade increased to 80. Ooh, we're getting this skill up fast. Oh my god, 7 potions of strong healing? Holy fuck. Yeah, the game is definitely getting really generous now. Like super generous with like the potions. Scaling is going to be the way that it seems like it's going to be, then I'm assuming it's going to get substantially more difficult soon. So we're probably in the stages that are just before it gets really ridiculous on the scaling. Apparently that's an issue with Oblivion. I don't know if that is the case with the remaster, but yeah, if I had to take a guess, that's probably what's going to happen, from what I've heard. This is definitely one of those caves that you're meant to go into at a lower level, though. That's what I'm gonna assume, though. It's probably meant for you to come in here like right around the time you get started. And that's another thing, though, is I have not gone to that island yet. Oh, wherever the hell the island is that you come out to when you leave the sewers. So I assume right here would be that island. I haven't explored that place yet. That should have been like the first place I explored, but I just didn't. I ended up venturing off to the city instead of actually doing the that dungeon. Which I gotta make sure I go back to eventually, because I'm obviously probably missing out on something. Arrow of Burning. Oh, this is a dead end, okay. Alright, well. Let's get out of here. I can definitely tell that Bethesda, when it comes to what the fuck? Okay. Bethesda, when it comes to caves, they seem to go crazier in Elder Scrolls games than they do in Fallout games. I mean, it makes more sense for this the way this game is, but I never understood that with Fallout in general. I mean, Fallout 76 was the first time they actually did try on the caves with the Fallout series. Fallout 3 they did a little bit. I mean, little lamplight and so on, you know, but that's about the best cave in the whole Fallout series, you know, outside of 76. And you go to Oblivion and Skyrim, and there's just so many countlessly, Hey, fuck you, bear! God. There needs to be a fix for that, because they should not charge at your freaking horse. They should charge at you first. Also, it'd be kind of nice if there was a way to use your bow while on horse or something, you know? Maybe even your sword occasionally.
Who's that? Make sure I quick save. Because we're so freaking close to having all of these done. There's where we need to go. Grace added to players. Rejoice, you've completed pilgrims to the 9 way shrines. You now gain a new power of Pilgrim's Grace.
That's actually really freaking nice to have, actually. Having that power is going to be really good because look at this. It can only be used once a day though, but still it is very, very nice to have though because it fortifies everything. Pray at the way shrine. Lead the pilgrim's way shrine. I should pray and wait for a vision to guide me to the quest of Crusader's Relic. Oh shit. What happened? This cinematic take controls away from you moment. I'm gonna have to reboot the game. Hate to say it. Alright, let's try it again because for whatever reason something I did it did not like. Let's do that again. God damn it, now we gotta walk all the way that damn freaking way. Yeah, that's definitely a power that is definitely something that will come in handy for sure, without a doubt. That's probably something I probably should have gotten as soon as I got that mission, but oh, it took a lot longer because I would have had to actually manually walk to every single one. Let's save before I do something stupid again. And you seek my relics with a worthy heart.
Your prayers have woken me from my endless dream. Or
God
perhaps you have entered
this guy over here.
and I still sleep. I think others have sometimes spoken to me. Others like you, but my memory is doubtful. Perhaps the others came after you. Your need must be great for the gods to allow us to speak. Has Umaril the Accursed found a way back? The foulest of a foul race. 1,000 curses upon his unholy name. I thought I'd won, but I should have known. The slave masters are a cunning breed. Umaril found a way to cheat death as I could not. If you would seek for my relics, I know little that can help you. All that has passed since my death is like mists that my mind cannot take hold of. My friends built a shrine upon the site of my death, where the elves tormented me in a final act of revenge. I can show you where it once stood. Perhaps it is there still. Fare thee well, Sir Knight. May the gods grant you to destroy Umaril utterly, as I failed to do.
That was very interesting. Chief Division of Divine Crusader, Pelion Whitesnake. He reveals the location of Lost Shrine, which is where I should begin my quest for the Relic Crusader. Where's my horse? He stole my horse. Just kidding. Stupid bear kept freaking running away from me. It's too bad you can't run over other animals with your horse. I think you could do that in like Red Dead, right? Where you could like frickin' ram your horse over people and frickin' other animals and shit. I was just thinking about that. I was like, too bad you can't just trample over frickin' like certain things, you know, creatures and so on. I was tripping for a second. I thought the roof was gradually falling down. A couple little fishes swimming around. I do find it interesting how this is like an unmarked location. The only way you would have found it is by doing this quest or just swimming around a lot. It's a really neat freaking interior, though. There's so much variety to this particular interior. Like they took the extra effort. It was like. Knights of the Nine Shield. From the body of Sir Amiel, who appears to have perished centuries ago while questing for the Shrine of Crusader. Perhaps I can find clues on the body that will help my own quest of Crusader's relics turn better for this. We're the Knights of the Nine, holy order devoted to recovering the relics of the Crusader. Through reading his journal, I've learned the location of their former headquarters, Priory 9 of the West, Weald. Once I've recovered the helm from the Shrine of the Crusader, I should proceed to the old Priory. Okay. Sir Amiel's journal, the helm of Crusader is located in Filine's Shrine. Seven pages. You're killing me. Gerald's record of failure, my failure. In the immediate sense, this is no doubt obvious. If you are reading this, you are probably standing over my body, slain in the depths of the shrine. The Crusader, perhaps the gods granted me the gift of at least glimpsing in the holy helm before I died. Undeserving though I am, I must believe that you are indeed the Holy Knight, following in my footsteps in the quest for the Crusader's relic. It is to you, Sir Knight of my hopes, that I direct these words. May the account of my failures help you avoid my fate. Know that my failures encompass far more than my own death, which is of little account at the end of the long life. Sorry about that, guys. 7, 8, and 18. Thank you, Paul Anderson. I'm probably fucking with your audio settings by sneezing, right? Sorry about that. High ideals of the Night of the Nine. No, you're not. For the service of the gods rather than men, of dedication to a higher purpose. Their are my failures, as I shall record here. As I write this, the scratching of my pen, the only sound in the empty priory, I am preparing to embark on my last quest for the helm of the Crusader. Though my chance of success is small, I am too old for such a task. The quest should have been taken by the next generation of Knights of the Nine. While Sir Caius and Sir Barish and the rest of us stayed behind and spun tales of our days of the glory, alas, there is no next generation. Sir Barish is my embittered enemy. The rest of my old companions are all dead. There's only me, the last stubborn knight of the failed order. For many years, I blamed Sir Barrett for the dissolution of the order, but in my old age, I have finally come to recognize my own part of these tragic events. I believe that the seeds of our destruction were sown early. Fruit did not ripen until late. Even in the first 80 days questing for the Curious with Sir Caius and Sir Torolf, I set a pattern of personal glory. The Crusaders was mine, and although it resided in the prairie, I wore it in battle and accepted the acclaim of my fellows and the people for its recovery. And so it went. The sword of the Greaves, recovered by Sir Varys, became the personal arms. The gauntlets to Sir Casimir. Why not? Should the holy weapons lie idle while there is no evil to be vanquished? And who more fitting to carry them than the knight who had proved himself worthy by their recovery? So we told ourselves, so I told myself, but all that flowed from this. Sir Barrett wanted to take the relics with me to the war. Who was I to forbid him? I who had jealously considered Decurus my own and none others. Sir Barrett was wrong, and I was wrong first. The blame for the dispute over the relics falls first on me, the leader of the founder of the Knights. We should have set a higher example, but instead, first to claim a relic for my own. Their later actions I will leave for others to judge, but let it be known that I do not blame him for the dissolution of the Knights. If he would speak to me, I would tell him so myself. He and I are now all that are left of the original Knights. The others are all dead. I had dedicated myself to recovering their bodies and interring them in the prairie undercroft, as fitting for such holy warriors. Alas, they did not have the leader they deserved. Now it is time for me to depart my quest for the helm. If you should follow my footsteps, Sir Knight, know that prairie basement at the least will remain inviolate. I've sealed the stairs, and only my ring will now open it. My brother Knight will sleep in peace in the company with the Curious, the only relic that remains in the order keeping. I say that although the order is officially dissolved, hoping and believing that the Knight of the Nine will one day be reborn. Perhaps you are the one who restored the order. If so, go to the priory in Westfield. Use my ring to enter the vaults beneath the prairie house. You'll find a Curious, a claim for your own if you are a true knight. May the Nine guard and guide you. Farewell. Sir Amiel, Priority of the Nine, the Westfield, County Sinrad. Year 153 of the Septium Era. Oh, Crusader, the first piece of Crusader's relics. Over the helm, I should proceed to Priority 9 and see if it still holds the Cuirass of the Crusader. Someone tells me that's not what was intended. Like, not what you were intended to do is not that. I think you're actually supposed to go through the frickin', yeah, you're supposed to go through the frickin' gate to get into here, I think. Maybe that is the way you're meant to get up here. No, I'm not forgetting that. Damn it. This is fucking bullshit. I'm just gonna frickin' load back because they don't really have a choice. Let's get that. As much as you want. That's horrible. Of the Crusader. Oh, so we're just on the other side of that. Let's go back in here. So was it even worth going into that last room then? Did I just waste all my time going through this? Look, he's dead again. See, he's not alive. He's fucking dead. He's gonna be back in a few days. He's got an incurable curse where he never really dies. God damn it. Took all my damn strength away. Fucking garbage, that is. little freaking ghost bastards. God damn, that's like way the fuck down there. Like way down there. I don't even know where a good spot would be to travel just to get there. Priory of the Nine. Priory basement. How the hell is this thing still burning? Is what I'd like to know.
By the strength and guidance of the Nine, who comes before us upon this sacred ground, seeking the cuirass of the Divine Crusader? Step forward, adventurer, and face us each in honorable combat. For the vows we fail to revere in life, we shall uphold in death. No unworthy soul shall lay hands upon this sacred artifact without the leave of the Knights of the Nine. Sir Gregory, you are defeated. Sir Casimir, step forward. Impressive. You have bested Sir Casimir. Now face Sir Ralphus.
They need to fix that. The shield and the fucking
Sir Ralphus,
arrow
you
thing,
have fallen.
showing their shadows.
Step back
in first
and let
person.
the challenge continue. Sir Henrik, come forward.
Sir Henrik.
And prove yourself.
Piece of cake.
You have overcome half of us, and yet you remain standing. Perhaps Sir Caius shall test your true mettle.
Anybody else?
You show a fury of faith that I have not seen in centuries. But now you face Sir Junkin.
Sir Junkin. You failed to realize I'm in the Fighters
lost,
Guild,
Serge.
dude.
Sir Torolf, show the challenger the ferocity of the North. You have stood against the Knights of the Nine and lived. However, the final test is upon you. Ready yourself, Sir Knight, and face me! Sir Knight, in 300 years, none have stood against us and lived. Step forward and claim what is yours by right. May your faith be true.
Be the ghost, the guardians of the Curious, the Crusader. I can now claim it for my own. Cover the Curious of the Crusader. I should talk to the ghosts of the former Knights of the Nine and see if they can aid me in the quest for the remaining relics. Damn, this is damn near better than what the Ebony offers. It offers effectively the same thing, I guess. And Helm of the Bear Claw is still better than the Helm of the Crusader, though. Yeah, what effect does this offer, though? This normal weapon. Okay. I get the, like, legendary effects, I guess you could say.
By the Nine, I've not seen such strength. Could you be... No, you cannot. You are simply a noble knight. You completed the quest that I could not. I'm glad that my death at least served to lead you here, as I had hoped.
Knights of the
The
Nine.
original Order of the Nine was founded with the intention of safekeeping the Crusaders' relics. In life, we failed at this task. In death, we seek to preserve what little we accomplish while we wait for one to come and finish what we began. One of the mightiest knights of my day. It was a great boost to the Order's prestige when he joined. Unfortunately, he and I did not see eye to eye on certain matters. He left the Order during the War of the Red Diamond and never returned. May your sword strike true.
I know where you may find the gauntlets of the Crusader, for I was the one who lost them. Though many know where they are still lost. I believe there is something you must do in order to retrieve them. Would you listen to my tale and learn of the gauntlet's fate?
Please tell me.
When the Order fractured, I followed Sir Beric into war, taking the gauntlets with me. When it was over, I returned to Cyrodiil. I attempted to return to the service of the Nine, but the war had changed me. I no longer had sympathy for the weak or pity for the suffering. In the brief time I was there, I did more to hurt the chapel than help it. It was there that I was cursed.
Cursed? What do you mean?
A beggar who came to the chapel each day for help tried my patience one too many times. I lost my temper and struck him. My blow landed harder than I had intended, and he fell to the floor dead, killed in the very chapel of the God of Mercy. I left the chapel at once, of course, but the damage was done. I was weak, constantly weary, and lacked the energy to do almost anything.
What about the gauntlets?
Ah, yes. As proof of the deed, when I struck the poor man, the gauntlets slipped right off my hands and fell to the floor.
Oh.
Heavy as stone, they would not move. None could lift them. I suspect they lie there still, in Coral's chapel. You must prove to Stendarr you are worthy to lift the gauntlets once more. Seek out the priests in Coral. Perhaps they can help you.
Curse
was placed on me for defying the teachings of Stendarr in his very chapel. My entire lineage was ruined by this curse. Whether it is connected to the fate of the gauntlets, I do not know. I have no doubt that they still lie within the chapel of Stendarr in Coral. No mortal man could lift them. We had only the best of intentions. Truly we did. We meant only to serve the Nine and the Empire. It's hard to believe it all went so wrong. Walk with the Nine, Sir Knight.
You have my tribute, Sir Knight. In 300 years, none have passed the gauntlet. In 300 years, we have never known hope. But for the first time, it seems that someone may succeed where we have failed. I see in you the chance to redeem our souls and restore the Order. And now, I must ask you to press forward where I could not. I must ask you to face the challenge of Zenithar.
How did you
I was
feel?
arrogant and foolhardy. I sought personal glory. I placed my own will and my own lust for fame over the will of the Nine. In facing the challenge of Zenithar, I failed. I tried dozens, no, hundreds of times to reach the mace. I fell each time. And each time I awoke in the chapel, I leapt again. I tried to enlist the help of the other knights, but none would come to my aid. The inscription says to walk in the faith. But even now, I do not know what this means.
What must I do?
Below the chapel of Zenithar in Leowyn, there is a shrine to the great craftsman St. Calidus. Those seeking the mace must pray before the shrine. When you bow, you will receive a vision, or perhaps not. It is unclear. The priest saw that my body never moved, but it felt so real. You will see the mace, separated from you by a great chasm. The chasm represents your doubt. Your faith must be your guide across it. This is what I know. As I said, my faith was weak. I did not understand the test, and I fell from the platform each time I tried to cross. I have told you all that I know. All that is left is for you to prove yourself more worthy than I. If you seek the mace, travel to Leowyn's chapel, kneel at the shrine in the Undercroft, and let your faith in the Nine be the salvation of us all. Casimir left with the gauntlets when the Order dissolved. I heard that he lost them, but I had my own problems to deal with. Our greed for the relics overshadowed our faith in the Nine. I can only hope that you are stronger than we were. Legends say that when Pelinal Whitestrake was slain by the Aelids, a messenger carried the mace to the human settlement of Leowyn as a message. Centuries later, the master craftsman St. Calidus built the chapel of Zenithar in Leowyn as a tribute to the legend. When St. Calidus was laid to rest, those who prayed to Zenithar at his tomb began to receive visions of the mace of the Crusader. Of the original divines, Zenithar is thought to be the most in touch with the mortal realm. Some legends say that Zenithar has close ties to Kinnereth, an idea that is supported by the manner in which the two gods' realms interact. Craftsmen devoted to Zenithar are able to create and profit from the materials provided by Kinnereth's natural world. The two work in harmony, the natural world providing for the craftsmen. One cannot revere Zenithar without acknowledging the power of Kinnereth. Walk with the Nine, Sir Knight.
Alright, so we're going to have to finish talking to these guys next stream. We'll continue this quest in the next stream for sure. Tomorrow night, I'll be back and we'll get this quest wrapped up. But damn, this quest is pretty nice so far. Really liking the legendary effects that the items are giving. I haven't seen this one. What effects does this give? Personality restoration. And look, we got 5 more levels till we get to this expert. Heavy armor you wear no longer encumbers you as much. That's gonna come in handy so much once we get to that. Comes so much in handy. Well, we're approaching the 40-hour mark. I don't think we're even near done, guys. I think we have at least another 40-50 more hours. Feels like. Maybe even more. We might even hit the 100-hour mark at some point. But yeah, this is pretty good so far. I kind of wish I would have played Oblivion sooner now.